You are now listening to the hottest true crime podcast in the streets.
Happy New Year's, folks, and welcome to another Tales from the Hood mini-sode. I'm Alvin Williams, joined as always by the New Year's baby himself, Francel Evans. What's going on, my guy?
Not much. What's up with you?
Good, man. How was your New Year's? Talk me through it. Did you guys go see any fight? It was raining, huh? Never mind.
Yeah, it was raining. No, we stayed in the house, man. Went to some family's house, chill out, drank a bottle of wine. You know, I'm a
that's
wine
always
guy
nice.
now.
Yeah.
So
What's your type of wine right now?
Sweet red.
Sweet red.
Sweet red is my.
That's hard to beat. You know, it's the easy drinker.
Absolutely.
You like an easy drinker.
I like an easy drink where it sneak up on you.
Yeah. That's very lush of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got lush habits as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like when I drink a drink that's like too easy to drink, I go, whoo, this is dangerous.
Yeah.
That's my little saying.
That's what I like, though.
Yeah.
Drink a couple bottles, like I drink a couple cups, or glasses, I should say.
A couple glasses, yes.
And I go, oh yeah.
Swirl it around, smell it.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to
do the whole thing.
I want to go to a wine tasting type of tour or something like that.
I would love to do that with you in the springtime.
So when I go, well, I seen a video, right? So the reason why I'm saying this,
The techniques.
I seen a video where a guy went and the waiter was impressed that he knew what to do when he poured him a glass
Yeah.
of wine. I want to have that in my bag when I go.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, man.
See, now you're talking that big bullshit bag to me
Yeah,
because that's my jam,
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah.
I like to go to a nice restaurant where when you order a bottle of wine, they bring it out, they bring it to you, they show it. You know, yes,
Yeah.
it's a 2017. I go, yes, please. They crack it open, pour you a little sample.
Yeah.
I grab the stem,
Yeah. Yep.
swirl it around,
Yeah.
pick it up, smell it,
Yeah.
little sip, swallow, and I go, yeah.
Yep.
Now you take your lady out, and she
Yeah.
sees you pull that maneuver.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be a long night for you.
Absolutely.
She's like, oh my god, wow, what are you, a
So
sommelier?
I have that, you know. I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
No, we're doing that. We're gonna go to a venue.
Absolutely. It's definitely
I'm planning that out.
Because I want to have that in my bag when I go, oh man, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Because wine is, I feel like, you know, alcohol. I love alcohol, but
Yeah, like vodka and shit. You just drink vodka.
Yeah.
There's types of tequilas that you could play that game with tequila a little bit, but tequila's nasty.
Yeah, but
even the
wine-
age wine
is just. I want that to be.
it's classy.
What I drink.
And it can be a hobby if you want it to be too. Like you can start to play games of like finding a hard to find bottle
Yes.
and types of wines. There's so many types of wines.
What year is this? They say. Oh, okay.
Yeah, all of it. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Mhm. Yeah. So there's a subculture to it where you could get involved and tasting the notes and stuff and finding your favorite type of wine. That's also fun because I am this kind of person. I will admit I'm a person that likes to go, oh, this is like a little hidden gem I know about.
Yes.
And when you can find those kind of wines
Yeah.
where you bring this to the party, it's not barefoot.
Yeah.
It's not the, you know what I'm saying? It's not the ones that everybody,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Exactly.
I come bring this to you. I go, yeah, this is a 2017 Chaboublé.
Yeah, I'd like we go out with the guys. I put the guys on something like they go like, what?
No,
What the hell you learned it?
I'm telling you,
What?
sip that.
Sip that.
Sip on that. I'm telling you. Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
Definitely trying to learn.
No,
Definitely wanna
we're
get
going to go to a vineyard in the
Absolutely.
springtime for sure.
Yeah.
I might even, let's see if we can get sponsored by a wine company this year. Let's see what happens. Maybe a Wink, maybe a Bright Cellars, whoever wants to get on the team. It's big things coming this year. They're going to be all banging the door down, but
Absolutely.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And then that way I'll slide that to you. Because you remember when I had that Bright Cellars membership,
Yeah.
my wine knowledge
Yeah, man.
went up like 8 notches.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know varietals and all kind of stuff now.
Yeah.
I had no idea before.
Yeah.
Now I know names of wines that I had no clue, and that's where I learned how to even do how to swirl and what notes to look for.
Yeah.
all that and stupid shit to say that gets people. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, it tastes notes of oak. It's
Yeah.
forest.
Get them off guard a little bit.
Yeah, it tastes some sea moss. They be like, oh, okay, yeah, this guy knows some shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Hell yeah. All right, anyway, you know what we're here to do, guys. You guys have sent us in some fantastic emails, some interesting emails, some shocking emails.
Okay.
And we're gonna continue to keep that trend going in 2023. Again, I'm gonna say it now and I'm gonna say it later at the end. AffirmativeMurder@gmail.com. Get those emails in. Like I said, if you want to send voice notes, keep it between 2 and 5 minutes. We don't need to hear how your day went. Skip right to the shits. Okay? Right to the shits. Now, we're going to kick things off with a email from our good friend, Becca. So she kicks things off with, hey guys, it's me, Be Silly, because that's what you guys determined last time, and that is now my new name. I have another, she's sent us in the Tales from the Hood before. She's back.
Okay.
Guess who's back again? Be Silly's back. Tell a friend. Anyway, I have another story for you guys from when I was growing up. It's another murder story, and it happened, again, another couple houses away from mine, so on the same block. And the house of the murder I told you about last time when I emailed you, it was down the street from both of those, from her house and this house. So it was, there's a lot of murder happening on your block. Damn, hot block. For reference of how close it was to me, if I got into my car to drive to this house, it would take me, and I'm not exaggerating, 30 seconds to get there. Growing up, there was a gentleman who came around our neighborhood all the time offering to do lawn work, like cutting grass for people, including us. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You can make some good money that way if you don't mind the work, because it is work.
Yeah.
His name is Nilton, and me and my family would always talk to him when he came around, and everyone just loves him. Nilton is developmentally delayed, so he lived at home with his mom, Fatima, and his dad, Jorge, Jorg. That's Jorge. One day when I was about 15, we had seen Nilton, me and my dad, when she says we, and we had a conversation. After that, when Nilton was gone, my dad looks at me and tells me, "Did you know his mother was murdered?" What? And I was shocked. I was 15 and never had I heard about it living there my whole life. But also, how can you just drop this on me like you're casually telling me I have something in my hair? Like, come on, Perk. That's my dad. I looked it up immediately. Everything I'm about to tell you, I have read in articles. On March 16th, 2009, Jorge was supposed to be picked up by his wife, Fatima, but she never showed up. I believe he tried to call her, but she never answered, so he got someone from work to drive him home. The door was locked, and their car was not in the driveway either. But their son's car, Justin Lima, who did not live at the house, his car was there. Jorge went to their other son, Nilton's, work to get the keys to his house from him. Once they got into his house, they found Fatima, his wife, killed. The courts had said that there was head trauma and that a severe beating took place with a bottle and a corkscrew. Yeah,
corkscrew.
Yeah, Jesus. Once the police were called, they determined that they were looking for the suspect as Justin Lima, their son. He was later to be arrested. Justin was diagnosed with schizophrenia in 1998 and apparently had been hospitalized many times since then and was on and off medication. According to reports, the night before the murder on March 15th, there was some sort of a argument at the family home when Justin was over there. He got into an argument with his brother and apparently picked up a knife and was told to put it down. Even later in the night, it was said that Justin called the police to tell them that his dad was treating him poorly. Police arrived, but Justin left by then, and he left by then, but after they left, he came back. So their mother drove him back to the house and made sure that he took his meds. That night at the house, there was even a cousin who said that Justin was laughing at stuff that wasn't even funny and was acting strange.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, right? Also, the day of the murder, Jorge called the house around 10 or 11 a.m. and like so many extra little accidental words, it throws me off. Jorge called the house around 10 or 11 a.m. and Justin answered, not Fatima. Jorge said that Justin was speaking nonsense on the phone and nothing made sense, but apparently the mother said everything was okay, I guess to him on the phone when he called. So he spoke to her when he called at 10 or 11 a.m. But then when Jorge called again at 12 a.m., there was no response. Justin was deemed NCR, not criminally responsible for the attack, and is said to be kept in a psychiatric facility for an indefinite period of time.
Because of schizophrenia?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which I have no idea what that means. I guess I think that means forever. To my knowledge, the son, Nilton, and the dad still live at the same house to this day.
Now, how do you feel? How do you feel about not criminally responsible?
Well, this is I don't want to misquote the person that posted a thing on Facebook about mental health, and she really cleared some things up for me because they were saying. What I said was it was in a discussion about Kanye West and about how Kanye West is going through a psychiatric moment, right? He's some kind of psychotic break. Something's not right with him. And he's actively saying to people, I don't take my meds anymore. I feel free, not on medication. That's what he's saying to people. And what I was saying when we were having a conversation on the podcast one day, I said, I can respect that mental health issues are a real thing, but it is also your responsibility to regulate your medication and take care of yourself. Mm-hmm. Like if you have cancer, or if you have, sickle cell anemia, or if you have any of these kind of things, like there are medications you're supposed to take. You're supposed to take care of yourself. You have Lyme's disease. You're supposed to be mindful of the things you put in your body. Mental health is the same thing. If you have, things that are off with you, if you're chemically imbalanced, you need to be regulated. And he's saying that he's not. And that was the conversation we were having. And the person that responded on Facebook said, I fully agree with everything you're saying, but you also need to take into account like how expensive medications are, the negative side effects that come with them and makes people not want to take them, or that makes it harder to take it. So I agree that you should take them, but like not everybody has proper access to mental health care. And also there are things that are negative side effects to that are to be considered. And I said, okay, that's a good point. But in this story that we just read, and there's still a little bit left, she's saying that the guy wasn't on his medication and his mom had to tell him, hey, take your medication. Mm-hmm. So how do I feel about somebody whose family is telling him to take his medication being found not criminally responsible for having a psychotic episode and killing one of those said family members? Mm-hmm. I don't know. I feel kind of iffy about it, but he is sick. He's sick. Yeah. That's very true. So I feel like not criminally responsible just means like you did it, but like we can't say it was criminal intent. It was based on something else, like because of insanity. Yeah. So I think that's the right ruling. But I get what do you feel about it?
The reason why I ask is because I think when I hear that, and then when I think of when people are given that, I don't want to say this leniency or whatever, but
yeah. Well, he's in a psychiatric facility for the rest of his life.
It's just hard for me to go like, and this is just me personally. It's hard for me to go like, this person had no control. I mean, and they probably couldn't. Yeah. Right.
We don't know what their mental state is like.
But it's just hard for me to go like, yeah, this person, has some type of mental breakdown and they murdered somebody, and it's like, but they didn't know they did it, or they wasn't in control of them doing that.
Sure.
And it's just,
it's hard for you to just take all rescibility from somebody.
It's hard for me.
I get that.
And I'm not saying like, they should be. I mean, I don't know. I don't have the right information.
You just let me also just clear something. No, because that could be an interesting conversation as well. Are you just saying that you're iffy about the conviction and what it's labeled as, or are you saying like he deserves to be in prison?
I don't like the label.
Okay, because that would be a different conversation. Because that would be a conversation about, well, what do you think the purpose of prison is? Because if you're saying because he is confined,
also that's not fair for me to say something like that to me. To be like, he should be
in a worse. He should be in a dirty. Because for me, I really am trying to work on that in like reprogramming. Prison is supposed to be a punishment, but the world's view from the outside of like Prison Break and Oz and what we think the punishments of prison are not supposed to be. Right, rape and just being dirty and shit everywhere. That's not the punishment. Is you are locked down. You cannot go and see. That's what prison is. But I think that's why I was asking you, because I was like, well, he is all those things. He just is in a psych ward as opposed to a prison where his life might be in danger from other inmates and stuff like that. And that's not what prison is about. That just is like what we think, like, when people are like, have fun in prison, don't drop the soap, all that stuff. I'm trying to reprogram that, because prison is just supposed to be about, the punishment part is what the state's doing. You even the food, like, it's not the best food. You just are like, you're grounded. Yeah, it's supposed to be like you're grounded. Rape and murder and being stabbed and your face slashed and people throwing hot baby oil on you. These are not supposed to be like, well, that's what I want them. I want them to go to that prison. So that's why I was making sure that that's not what you're saying. You're just saying the label of just you're not fully responsible for what you did. Yeah,
because that's just like, also like just thinking about it just now, also compared to like if one of us something we in a situation where like emotionally we react how we shouldn't react, and then like you said, hindsight, we go like, I shouldn't have reacted that way, but emotions or whatever emotions took over, and it's like I had no control over that. So I kind of go like, oh, well, that kind of makes sense. It's just on a different level. It's a different scale
for sure
of what the other person's deal with, as far as like mentally, like having some type of mental breakdown. So I do get that. I just don't like the label. I don't like that label. I feel like it was something else. Then it'd be like, they didn't know what they was doing.
Yeah. What I'll say is being able to get deemed that ruling and that label on your case comes with like psychiatric evaluations. If you're some dude who was at a bar and you got in a fight, you can't just be like, I don't know, man, I just got so mad I blacked out. It's like, well, we can't evaluate that. Right. So you murdered him. Yeah. But schizophrenia is very real. Right. And so if you are diagnosed with that during your case, then yeah, you're not criminally responsible. But being like, you know how I get. That doesn't work. That doesn't fly in court. Yeah. You know, I get a little. You know, I got daddy issues. Yeah, so
that's fucked up. That also saying that it isn't fake because now you're trying to use a mental
that real people suffer from.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
So she closes things out by saying, "To my knowledge, the son Nilton and his dad still live at the same house. I know this because when I go see my parents in my childhood house, I will sometimes see Nilton coming out of that house, and he still comes around the neighborhood. I hope that this was a good write. Next time I send in a story, it will be from my job. I'm a social service worker and I work in the homeless shelters in Toronto. I have many wild, scary, crazy stories I can share.
Send them in.
Please do, immediately. But majority of our clients are some of the nicest and funniest people you'll meet. From the silliest, be silly."
So for clarification purposes, Nilton is the person that, or just Jorge?
Nilton is the landscaper. Jorge is his dad.
Oh, his father's Jorge.
His father's Jorge.
I thought his brother was Jorge.
No, his brother's Justin.
Gotcha. Okay, that's why I mixed up. Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
And when Nilton was younger, his older brother Justin killed their mother Fatima. Okay. And then one day when B. Silly was out with her dad and Nilton, grown man Nilton.
Oh yeah, I got that part. So what's the ethnicity of these I don't
know. But, you know, they might be like half Asian, quarter Asian, half black, Asiatic.
Which is awesome though.
Yeah, cool. Man, Mountain Pot family. You can't pin them down. Anyway, thanks, B. Silly. Shout out to you. That was a great email. We're gonna move on to another email. Another one. We got another email. This is from Jashawn. It kicks off with, "Hey guys, when you guys announced that you'd be doing mini-sodes, I thought to myself, man, I have to do a story for them. So here it is." I don't know why I folded my arms like a b-boy. Yeah. In the early 90s, when I was around 3, my mother came from work and was approached by 2 men with guns. Uh-oh. They made her unlock the door and entered our house. One of them held myself, mother, aunt, 6-year-old cousin, and grandmother in the living room at gunpoint while the other ransacked the basement. That's intense. They eventually left with a box and nobody was hurt. Well, here's where the story gets interesting. So my uncle was let's just call him a street pharmacist. And he was living at the house with us at the time. Yeah. He was gay, but closeted because, it was the early 90s. And being gay was basically unacceptable. And he was a street dude. So definitely a big no-no. Yeah, man, it's a shame. Still kind of like that today. But I wonder if there's any openly gay drug dealers that are like in the like Scarface type. That would be fun. I'd love to hang out with that person.
Would you?
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Because you're bold, man. You're selling drugs, living that fast-paced lifestyle, and you don't give a fuck with all these lame, homophobic-ass dudes that and you're the kingpin, so they have to come buy your drugs, and they don't approve of your lifestyle. You're like, yeah, but still, you want kilos, come get them from me.
I think if you're a black, street, gay, openly gay person,
you don't give a fuck what anybody thinks.
You have to be terrified. I mean, like, people that respect you have to be terrified.
because they gotta know, like, because he's not a chump.
You have to be on a different level for them to be like, hey man, we have to. He will chop your hand off.
Yeah, if you say something if you say a homophobic slur to him, you're gonna end up sleeping with the fishes.
Yeah.
So like I said, like Sean said, he was gay but closeted, and so that's a big no because he was a street guy. He was a street pharmacist.
Yeah. And he had to do that by choice. He had to be like,
yeah, like I can't let them see this part of me. Who's gonna buy my drugs, or they're gonna think they can rob me all the time, or any of that type of stuff, which is sad. So he used to have relations with other dudes in his profession and secretly recorded his sexcapades. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, you got all sex tapes on all the gangsters in town?
Got dirt on
and you just busting them open like that? No, you got your life's on the line.
Yeah.
If they find out you recorded that, you threaten them like that, and then if you short them on the money, he's like, a certain tape might have to hit the streets. That's a crazy threat. The sex tape leaking? I'm gonna leak your nudes.
Yeah.
So he would record his sexcapades, which without permission is not cool. Let's just go ahead and put a label on that. Hey guys, if you're gonna film your sexcapades, inform your partner that you're having sex with. Filming sex should be consensual.
I think in the field he's in,
the sex wouldn't happen.
Or it's
motherfucker, what? Then it's like guns.
Or
two dudes with boners with guns out.
Or he's doing it for a reason. Where he's like,
Oh, I'm going to use this later?
I need this as leverage for some.
That's diabolical.
Yeah.
Damn.
What if they go out and tell people? Then he go like, well, I got this.
Yeah, you're gay too.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you going to say I'm gay?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll say you're gay.
Yeah.
And then so, yeah, well.
And he has proof. So.
Mutually assured destruction is what they call that. Can't imagine how the guys didn't notice the camera, though. They were huge in the 90s. But anyways,
On a
yeah, it's tripod and like a big red light glaring at you.
Throw a blanket over it.
Yeah, that's just a pile of dirty clothes.
It's like 5 feet.
Yeah, the guys that held my family at gunpoint were looking for the videotapes.
How did I didn't think of that?
Right?
Damn.
That's an intense way to come in.
What did they say though? Like, why are you here? What did he say? I'm
looking for something.
Yeah.
I know what I'm looking for. And they went. The grandmother's on the couch like, what? Can we help you get out of here faster? What is it that you're looking for? But the other dude probably doesn't know because he probably thought the other guy probably told him it's money.
Yeah.
And so he's just running out with the box. He's like, you got it? Yeah, I got it. And then they go, he's like, oh shit, man.
Yeah.
Well, we breaking down this is like, no, it's just a bunch of tapes. Like, we went in there for tapes? I put a gun to a child's head.
That's crazy.
So no, I got you though. Here's $50. Like, no, man, that was a real crime we just committed. For some tapes? You stole some bootleg DVDs?
I owe you? Nah, man.
Nah, come on, man.
I need real money.
I got you next time.
Right.
But thanks for coming and committing a felony with me. They ended up leaving with a box of me and my cousin's children's movies. Joke's on them, I guess. My family didn't call the police, but my grandmother kicked my uncle out of the house afterwards. Yeah, because that's crazy. You can't stay here anymore.
Yeah, you got to go.
We were letting you come in here with your drug money and probably bring drugs in here. We all pretended like we didn't know.
Yeah.
But now it got too real.
I've been in that situation before. My mom had to kick my brother out because
found drugs.
Somebody
or something.
came in and beat him up.
Okay.
Yeah, can I tell you about that story?
Please.
So I was about 5, 6 maybe. Then my brother was, just doing some crazy shit.
Street stuff.
He had there was some bad shit connected to his name, and I found out that by me growing up.
Yeah.
And then people just going like, "Hey man, I remember you." It's just weird. But anyway, some guys ran into our house and beat my brother up.
Oh wow.
Yeah, just ran in. My mom was like, "Yeah,
you gotta go.
You gotta go."
Because they're not coming in
That's
here.
it.
Yeah.
You gotta go.
Yeah.
I never forget that moment. It was like, nah, my mom already knew he was doing some crazy shit.
Everything has a limit.
But it was like, that?
Yeah, too far.
People running in and beat, we not having it.
Yeah.
You gotta go.
It's kids here, you're there,
Yeah,
I'm here.
there, yeah.
I think everybody, as crazy as it sounds, like you want to believe the best in your kids, but everybody has a limit.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Criminals coming in, breaking in your house and fighting you or putting guns to you.
Yeah, man.
It's like, you got to take this shit somewhere else.
Yeah, because now there's a target on his house now.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and who knows who's going to be here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
So she kicked the uncle. The grandmother kicked the uncle out. Sean continues to say, I didn't get all the details of this until recently when my mother asked me if I remembered being held at gunpoint, which of course I didn't. Probably blocked it out because of trauma.
Yeah.
As I was 3, or because
three.
three,
Definitely forgot that.
For sure. My uncle passed away a few years ago from AIDS, which my family told us was stomach cancer until we were adults and found out on our own. The shame of the 90s was crazy. Anyway, sorry this is so long. Wasn't long at all. That was a very great story, Sean, and thank you for sending that in. That's crazy. Yeah, and like those family secrets type of things. Like your uncle died from a very serious disease and your whole family was like, it was something else.
Yeah.
Because they were embarrassed in some kind of way or something like that. Which all goes back to the shame he probably felt his whole life, which is really sad. But, you can't film people without their knowledge, and don't be in the drug game and keep those tapes somewhere where your family lays their heads.
Well, he found out though.
I feel like he probably threatened. He probably exposed it. Like
Probably
somebody was talking tough, and he was like, "All right, well, I filmed whatever the fuck. Yeah, say that shit then. Maybe some." And it's like, what? And they stole a bunch of Disney tapes.
Where are the tapes now?
Ooh, whoa. Well, no, that's wrong. That's wrong because they weren't ready to come out yet. So that's wrong. But they tried to shoot. They tried to kill your family.
Yeah.
Expose them. You find those tapes, send them. No, we don't need.
Don't send
yeah,
us.
we're good. Nah. I don't want that heat on me. Then they come the son of his son, or however long ago this was. They come in here to get some tapes.
Yeah.
And they steal all my Men in Black DVDs and stuff. No, fuck that. So we got one more email, and then we're gonna get out of here. This is from Megan. So this email starts off with, the time I tried to lead an investigation for my cat. Okay, should be interesting. A little lighthearted. Hey guys, feel free to use my name, Megan. First, I want to let you guys know I'm a new listener. I found you guys through a collab episode with Ash and Elena from Morbid. Great,
nice,
something, had a blast.
I bet you guys had a wonderful time.
The last we shared, man. Good times, man. Wish you could have been there. Yes, Ashley and Elena from Morbid and have been listening to you guys ever since. I love the Tales from the Hood episodes and decided to go ahead and send mine in. So I want to preface this with a trigger warning. Animal abuse, but the animal lives. Oof, thank God. My family and I were living in a small town in rural Ohio called Circleville. We weren't in the best part of town, but we were okay with it because it was just walking distance to the annual event that Circleville hosts every year in October called Pumpkin Show. Side note, Pumpkin Show is a huge event that hosts hundreds of thousands of people every year. They shut down streets and host the event right in the middle of town, and it's a huge deal. We love it. I digress. One rainy day, not out of the ordinary, we let our cat, Nicole Kidman.
Nice.
Damn.
What?
Nicole Kidman, K-I-T, men. That's good to get me, hold on, because that's cute. Nicole Kidman outside so she could do hood rat shit with her other cats in the alleyway. Nightfall rolls around, and I start my normal nightly cat call. Kitty girls, here kitty girls. That's how she calls Nicole Kidman. I heard loud cries on the other side of my privacy fence. I peek through the holes on the fence and clearly see that she is just sitting under something to keep her from getting wet. My husband and I sneak into the neighbor's backyard to see if we can grab her. When we finally were able to reach her, she was crying. So I swaddled her and shielded her from the rain, took her inside, and made her comfy and warm on my couch. I didn't notice anything out of the blue, except that she wasn't able to jump the fence like she normally would any other day.
Excuse me.
Bless you. I left that thought and waited until she got up and moving the next morning. She was limping and was not applying any weight to her back left leg, which confirmed why she wasn't able to jump the fence the night before and was hiding under something to keep warm. We decided not to wait it out and figured it would need an x-ray. I packed Nicole up in her cat carrier and on we went. We get her to the vet office and poor thing just laid on the table, barely moving. The nurse came in and tried to move her around, and Nicole was so weak she didn't even put up a fight. They get her x-ray done, and the results were in. Nicole was shot in her hip with a BB gun and was most likely stomped on, causing her femur to be broken.
Oh, my goodness.
Jesus Christ. The doctor told me that she would most likely need an entire leg amputated due to the low recovery rate of femur healing, but gave me the option of keeping her sedated with meds to let it heal on its own. I was furious. I saw red. I was going to whoop someone's ass. I told the doctor, let me think about what I wanted to do. She gave me gabapentin to ease her pain and keep her sedated. How could someone do this to my baby? This cat is the sweetest thing and never met a stranger. When I got home that day, I knew I was going to find who did this. I went to every single door in that neighborhood and talked to as many people as I could and narrowed it down to the main suspect, a grown man who everyone in the neighborhood called Kai Kai. He was a mentally disabled man who decided it would be fun to shoot the neighborhood cats because he had gotten a brand new gun for his birthday.
I don't know about that.
I'm going to keep on.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to keep my comments to myself because of one piece of information that you put in here. Yeah. And so I'm going to. Anyway, I made a police report and followed up.
I do want to say that.
Please.
No, go ahead. Because he's a grown man. So that's what I thought was different. Never mind.
I made a police report and followed up with him that day. Unfortunately, nothing ever came out of it due to the fact that I didn't have physical evidence that he actually shot and broke Nicole's leg. Mm-hmm. We packed up and moved from that house shortly after, leaving behind a terrible memory. Silver lining, though, Nicole is alive and well and with all four of her legs.
Yes.
She is thriving and looks better than ever.
Right.
My sweet girl lived through it all, and we are hoping to keep her for a long time. Thanks for reading my story, and I hope it wasn't too long. Attached is a picture of my sweet Nicole. Peace, love, and cat fur, Megan. And there she is, Nicole Kidman, with a smoky-eyed look on her face.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that she got to keep her leg because,
color.
Yeah, right. She's like a gray with ombre gray. I'm glad that Megan decided to take her home and sleep on it because a lot of people, they're scared, their cat's weak, and the vet saying, she's probably going to lose this leg a lot. So we can amputate it now, or you can go ahead and like risk it and see how it goes. A lot of people, I think in that moment, you care about your animal. You're like, well, do what's the best. And I feel like that might have been at the time, the vet might have said, take the leg off.
Yeah.
So that's
good. She took her chances. I respect that.
Take her home, see how she does. Let's nurse her back to health. Let's give her a chance to fight for her leg.
I always feel like for some reason I do this weird thing where I go, I don't think animals are as intelligent as they are.
Cats are very smart.
Yes, because I go like, did Nicole Kidman, did she attempt to make this jump and went, I can't?
Or just knew.
Or just knew.
Yeah, I'm not going to make that. Let me go ahead and get warm, get up under something. Right. I don't know. I think you could feel like.
That's what I mean. Like that's what I mean about them being smart.
Intuitive and being like, I can feel my body.
I can't. Yeah. I won't be able to make that jump.
Calculating that.
Right.
When you put it that way, it's funny to think of a cat being like, it's a little tender.
Yeah.
If I go for it, it won't work.
Yeah.
As opposed to just being like instinct, go, and then your leg give out.
Exactly.
And then you're like, oh, well, let me stop trying because that hurt.
Yeah.
But calculating and reasoning, I think cats are very smart. So I would think a cat is smart enough to know it ain't there yet. It ain't there.
I don't have that bounce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't got the lift on my dunk right now, so I'm going to go ahead and.
Because she's jumping over. I don't know how tall this gate is.
Oh, yeah. Cats
I know cats. Yeah, I know cats, they can jump, but I mean, like,
sometimes it's not there tonight.
I can't.
It's not there tonight.
This is not working.
Yeah.
It's not going to work.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Sometimes you see Braun go for the layup instead of the dunk.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes the legs just aren't there that night. And I think that Nicole Kidman is smart enough to discern that.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. And
that's really fucked up.
This guy's a grown man, and I don't know why you have, but
I don't know what kind of mental disturb she means, but either, I mean, you have to have some kind of mental, impairments to harm animals and stomp a cat.
Yes.
But also, let's go ahead and play lawyer here. She does not know for a fact that it was him.
Yep.
So we don't know that to be the case, but she feels confident. So whoever did it, we can all agree with this.
Yeah.
Whoever did it is something's wrong with them.
It's gross. Yeah.
You shot a cat and stomped on it. Whether or not it was this guy, we don't know, but whoever did it is a monster.
Yeah.
And that we can all be certain of.
Yeah.
So keep your cat safe. This is why I don't believe in outdoor cats, Fran. I think that's dangerous. If I have an animal, it's an in. I
don't think that's real. Just like multiple personality disorders.
You don't believe in outdoor cats?
What is it? A cat just like being outdoors?
It's always out. You let your cat free roam, and then they come home.
I feel like that's a label that people give their cat. I don't think there's cats.
Well, not all cats are outdoor cats. Some cats, they'll be like, here, open the door, and they just go outside. Maybe they sit on the porch. But either way, they do their thing
and come back.
But they come back. Like it's not like there's a difference. Like there's feral cats who you might leave some milk out and they come around.
Yeah.
And then there's indoor cats who like have a collar and you named it and you let it out and it might be gone for 2 days and then come back home.
So that's not an outdoor cat.
That's an outdoor cat.
So what is it?
But a feral cat, you wouldn't let it in your house. If you just have a cat, you're like, I don't know, it's just a neighborhood cat. I like to feed the neighborhood cats.
But that's just you going like, I don't want an extra cat or I don't want a cat. So I feel bad for this
cat. You let it come and go.
Feed it outside.
No, that's different because this is her cat. She takes it to the vet. She takes it to the vet and everything like that. But she also lets the cat out. Right.
Yeah. But still though, I still think that's a term a cat just likes going outside.
Not all cats are, but not all cats go outside.
There's cats that don't like going outside.
There's posh cat. Well, that's different. That's a different conversation. All cats might like to go outside, but people don't let all their cats go outside because there's some cats who are like bougie or because also some cats can't survive out there. I think it takes a certain kind of cat to like, I run into a dog or I run into another kind of cat, a pack of cats, and I know how to handle myself. It's like being street smart.
I don't know about that. I think that's all made up. I don't believe that.
You never seen a fluffy white cat? You're like, this cat just eats filet mignon all day and whatever. You can't let that cat outside. Can't send that cat into the trenches. And they run into some cats that are all patched up and got one eye missing. They're like, ooh, I like that collar you got on, you jingle bells.
But how do you know that though? You don't know that.
If your cat's ready for that life?
Yeah, you don't.
I think you can tell. I've seen some gritty cats in my life.
No, just because you have this high class cat that you've made into, by the way.
Right. Spoiled it.
Spoil the cat.
Spoiled cats aren't outdoor cats.
Doesn't mean they can't survive out in the
That's fair.
Wild.
You know what? I think any cat can be an outdoor cat. It's more of a person thing. So I will turn back around and agree with you.
That's all a label that us human beings have given.
You could let any cat outside, but you go, no, my cat likes, to be like under a blanket. It's like, no, you like to put your cat under a blanket.
And you made this cat into that type of cat where they go like, I'd rather be under this blanket than they go outside with these peasants of other cats, outside cats that we.
But if they needed to, they could still. The instincts would still kick
cats,
in.
Bro.
That's more you putting that on them.
They're cats.
Yeah.
Cats,
that happens a lot. Like I think dogs are very smart, but there's sometimes I'm having conversations with dog people and they'll put stuff on your dog where I'm like, that's not, your dog isn't that.
Yeah.
We're like, Boomer he loves snickerdoodles. It's like your dog will eat whatever.
Anything.
I've seen the dog. My dog eats shit.
It will eat shit.
He's like, yeah. So it's like, yeah.
That's my point, though.
I get what you're saying.
We give these. It's like that's not a real thing. You can't. Cats are not born like, oh, this is an outside cat.
Yeah, this is an indoor cat. Oh, he only eats wet food and he can't go outside. He hates it outside.
You give him these premium type, these delicacies they love to eat. With like, why would I go outside and eat grass?
Yeah,
if
I mean, this bomb ass food is like little bits of salmon in this. I want to go eat dumpster.
I got purified water. I want to go out. And fucking drink.
You guys pouring Fiji in my thing. You guys want me to go out and drink a puddle from the rain? You could get dysentery from that. No, I'm drinking that fine shit.
I get it. I get the term, but it's like, come on.
It's people. That's people putting it on. I agree with that. All right, no, you turn me around. Yeah, you turn me around in that conversation. Yeah, because that's very true. My friend Mike, you met Mike Dubé. We played basketball with him before. Mike, I went over to his house when he graduated college or his parents' house, and he threw him something. He was like, Murph loves McDonald's. He gave him some fries. It's like, your dog, no, he doesn't. Like, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, like, no, he doesn't. He loves it, whatever.
Like if you let the dog out, he's going to find his way to a McDonald's.
Yeah, like, dog rubbing his hands, his paws here, like, shit, I got to find me a Mickey D's. Like, I need a Big Mac. Like, that's not the case. Your dog's going to eat a shit of something, a baby drop. Like, your dog's like, oh, I can't even survive out here because if I can't get McDonald's, I won't eat.
Right.
That's not the case. But that's how people talk about their animals.
That's how it works.
Yeah. So he won't even touch his food if I don't put a piece of cheese on top of it. Like, no, if you leave that food down there long enough, a dog is gonna dog and it's gonna get hungry. It's gonna eat the food without the cheese on it. Does it like the cheese? I won't fight you on that. Anybody that sends an email, like, because this is gonna happen. I already know.
Definitely.
I'm like, I'll have you know, my dog absolutely loves asparagus. I'm like, okay. But it'll eat. Eventually, it's gonna get hungry. It'll eat whatever you put in the fucking bowl.
To survive, it will eat whatever it needs to eat.
So, so I agree with you. Not all. There's no such thing as outdoor cats.
I could never understand.
Yeah.
Outdoor cat.
Indoor cat. It's like all cats can be outdoor cats.
Yeah.
It's up to the person if you want to put your cat outside and have them tracking shit in, bringing a mouse in the house. That's what it is. It's like, do you want all the stuff that comes with an outdoor cat? And if you don't, then you won't let your cat outside. Yeah. But every cat's an outside cat.
Yeah. I just think when people do that, it kind of put them in a category to be like, outdoor cats are not tamed cats.
Yeah.
And it's like,
or indoor cats are like, they're better. Yeah. Indoor cats are like prissy and cleaner and whatever.
It's not genetic.
It's a cat. They're all cats. They're all cats. Just because you take your cat to the groomer, if you didn't take your cat to the groomer and let it go outside for 6 days, that cat would attack you in an alley. You'd be like, no, but I feed you the best food all the time. Like that cat, those instincts will switch on so fast to survive.
Survival, yeah.
And all that fucking fluffy white fur and all that shit, and all matted down and wet and brown, turning to dreadlocks.
Yeah.
How quickly that snowbell would turn into fucking Shatas, the Jamaican gangster movie. You come see your cat in the alley you've been looking for. It's like wagwan, rude boy.
I'm sorry,
fishbone knife.
I just always had that.
Yeah, you had a bone to pick on that one. You had a bone to pick on that one, and I respect it. I'm glad we came to a conclusion on that. But, hey, I'm gonna tell people before we got here: save your emails. I don't need you to tell me what your dog or your cat likes to eat, and I'm wrong. And okay, you got it. Hey, you know what? You're right. I don't even need to see the email. You're right. Your dog likes to eat pup cups. Great. Pup cups are great. But if you froze some shit and whipped it up, your dog would lick it out of your hand and you put it in a little cup, dog would destroy it. So
I ate for the day, so I'm great.
That sounds nourishment. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, it has to be vanilla pup cup with Jimmy's on it. Like, no, it's gonna eat whatever the fuck if you say so. Man. So think on that, and we're super glad we all made it to 2023. Obviously, some people didn't make it here with us, but anybody that's listening to this, you made it. So let's keep going forward. Take it a day at a time. We'll see you guys next week.